Memwache Emma Wakwaba Edoba Nnawotwi adwumadie so wa Adom TV ene eya Sempa FM. Baby a obi an eda se wode wafide na to ha oba behwe ye. Nnawotwi mu nsem esi ye ene emoni ye yi se eba be pensen mu ena ye hia se eba be di ho nkomo. Onim se Nnawotwi yete se GPRT for any Ghana Road Transport Corporation Coordinating Council at the JB by Senka yente AFS so by 10%. I don't know ko yeche enya adwuma omontumi afa anya adwuma nei transport fares yente so a na etia na esitie na oche we mu nso yenya te se galamsey amonabi ebuto mu ewo kolete ewo takoso site ewo Brim North District Eastern Region emankofo song FM ehwe omonkwa na woche we mu nso na Ghana socialite bakwa oba so be ye ne obebre Africa de do be na otondwom ka ho Hajia for real yedine fi United Kingdom edine kopie ewo USA se nsem o mayhwehwe mu kire se na or take advantage of and penning for more US or more retirement and so na omo hia don or take advantage de gi omo sika bebre na no nam so mo hwehwe mu ntom de ne call ye US penning for the betu dwa say ombema no bail na so bail no de mema no the GPS tracker be beto ne 9 ebebo omo hu bebi a obekọ enyinara Nnawotwi we mu nso no NDC fo abom koto no Nnawotwi atwam no nso hunsunsanso no beto dwa yete se 16 MPs omoda so awo akonya so elusu omo candidacy on candidate asa ombesan akwa akonya no on the ticket of omo party no Nnawotwi we mu nso yenim se Gihawk staff e de beto dwa se omo MD ebeyanka ban enyene nsinchan fi se obaye no omboaye ma Gihawk nko nanim obaye nsensama nanka also ekononim wo Gihawk nyina no ate akonachi enti omunya yanka ndie omunye nsin enachi na Nnawotwi we nso asem kese e ba ya Ghana ha nyinara dodo na energy ye eye akwantua ye tu no afeda abesi etwemko ana Ghana ye hwehwe 3 billion US dollars efi IMF in chain e dia boss a choki ye reserves anenko yi no IMF board e de betu dwa se omatna form ahwe nsem no mo fi se eyampa se wo mutumi bua Ghana nti board na ja atum se o se IMF etumi ma Ghana sa 3 billion dollars ye ka se eno a na 600 million dollars was asking him no to a Bank of Ghana account mo eno na ne ebe sin dwa na yetumi ahwe mu ye bisa se IMF bailout abai den na de breye ene den na e de be fie mu nso de akọ na ebedi nsam ne bebre nara na as part of economy no nim say aban we buy or the friend of planting for food and jobs at the buy say eno na no de ba be share revolutionize the agricultural sector and na apply the Peasants Farmers Association ayen hwehwem bi hu say ade senian na nka wo sesi kono ankosa ne obebre atosin wo ho ne obe na atosin wo ho ye ba abesingwa na ya discuss now on the IMF general no yes Rebecca Dr. Joseph Obeng or president for the Ghana Union of Traders Association Guta Obabeka Yensa Joshua Ansa ye deputy general secretary of the Trade Union Congress yenene bedin komo Dr. Said Idrisu, economist or Louisiana Economic Development, join here. Kojo Dankwa, a member of the NDC National Communications Team. Alhaji Yusuf Fofana, a member of the NPP National Communications Team. Cancer. Nemom, yesha siye yene Bismarck Owusu Note, or a head of programs and advocacy, Peasants Farmers Association of Ghana, and on more research of my year into planting for food and jobs creation. No, ye baba ye bedin komo ewo ho kama. Your friend is Samuel Kojo Brace. I'm just a voice meeting with a team of very hard-working people. I'm put show you together with the camera for and the sound for your directors in ano and the digimadi a day bro. Inti medasi on behalf of omo na mamo akwaba edwaba Nnawotwi Jumadi so wa Adom TV and the Sempa FM 94.7 ye try ho ewo Facebook nso a Adom TV ene Sempa FM ko Jumadi etwa so etwa ne ho wo hoi odo wadwonkyere to ha e behwe yakan mobiaso atenia also kire ewo dwumadie so akwa babium na memo achi well yenhye adwumadie se adwumadie na se abra ene Bismarck also not twetwen komo Bismarck memo achi na akwa aba
yo meje also
our fantin ekatwi
oh metum na frafra
metum da frafra
enyo
ba wan kasa de may good or may comfortable me fantin
oh me ka twino dodo
oh okay
ba fantin no so mete
etipa
enyo
okay
me fi achimfo ntin
if you achimfo
enyo
oh okay that's not achimfo ze
enyo me na nati fi achimfo ntin oya na be ko
oya ko ntenya achimfo ye papa
oh ewe go abado
oh okay
me mo ye pa
what does it
oh what couple
okopu but say po nature na ya backyard family be na zo
bo nya da no ta yin
oh what I
puna na yeta ko
okay na da fra na ababe doors interesting planting for food and jobs was a very not a major policy for MPP Aban of course at a point in Powhatan as the reason why there was some reduction in food prices, even though some Ghanaians challenged us at a point in time. What started program Nankasa Abandoned together, it had led to the overproduction of food crops. And Shishoma ye ibazno wohi.
All right. Good morning. Meet you on a place. Meet you for all over the country. PFD food here one. I am on a yokoso.
Kojo.
Yeah. A year no cray. We share since independence. Various governments, almost the programs we back say a bit to influence the lives of the people. Now, we share agricultural sector this year. We had a lot of programs running. Now, program 3 pound a dim dear friend a year the fertilizer subsidy program.
Okay.
Now I don't know. It started in 2008. Under ex-president Kufuor. All corner Ojato. Now the plan of that program they say, a year I buy no, obey taking some costs of a year fertilizers no. Now farmers now they won't pay the full price of it because now human will say Ghana say no, your fertilizer usage no full. And one of the key factors was that a bond was so in the family to do into. The program now been running from 2009 up to 2016. I'm modifying a year planting food and jobs.
So that's beginning 2017.
Exactly. Now, I'm modification, it's also considered a year input aspect, a year seed and fertilizers, and other elements be account. Maybe to say extension, a bit to say marketing. A bit is said, you friend each agriculture. Dinaka program is very comprehensive, other than just looking at say, your amount a year subsidy for a year fertilizer and seed. Now, Ukraine since 2017, our program is buying the our will be every year farmers because at that time the plan was say a buying no, it take 50% off a year with price of fertilizer. Let's say around 2017 Okoto fertilizer, Ukra just 53 Ghana cedis Ubeni Biato. Because that was the plan. Now that plan Emma from the program because of a low cost of production now a more experience Now since 2017, which means the subsidy component in the program now a sort because of a couple of factors, economic factors in Manama. Now ever since the program started, there have been issues it comes up to in the program. Implementation problems. A be able to say, ya smuggle fertilizer, akubibi. A be able to say fertilizers no, and your farmers no ponenya. A be able to fertilizers no, be a divert akubibi. Until year as peasant farmers, your members now that have benefited from program no. There are two in whom say every time biano, you be shimu program the way ko. What are the issues that are coming up? Any about na say program na mo ye no, a year pa na mum. A, B, and C, that program na benefit. And since 2017, Juma yet but this year, don't know a in a sense, say, also from 2017, Minister now will take charge, honorable Akoto, or Akoto. But you know himself because of the ambition, with Jim Wama, this honorable Brian, it take over. Now, honorable take over, during his vetting, I can say, PFG, no, about, or Beshim, who say, your butch, nanokre about 3 weeks ago Yeshiano no order to him say PFG no or be modifying or no friend no enhanced PFG say no a better more comprehensive as saying a first one no and the further then that's good. That will provide us opportunity to say let's take a stock back at PFG no are running from 2017-2022 issues been the EP out then first our lessons no informing new PFG no so that you committee mistakes in the committee for the past PFG.
So what are the issues?
And there are two main things that we wanted to find out. The first part was looking at a budget around the PFG. Say PFG no you see a discount we be too it's kind of to be a value for money and that's the first part. And the second part is the PFG implementation on the ground no send the common farmers. Now we share budget partner our reports our findings say from 2017 to 2021 we have spent over 148% more than we budgeted for PFG. Let's just say we overspent the budget by 148% on average. Let me give you. Can
be also spending more than what?
We overspent the fertilizer subsidy budget by 148% on average from 2017 to 2020. And there's a partner a bit curious to say, whilst we are overspending, we are undersupplying. It's no Emma ayenya kakrama you know. Just some quick figures be. We share a year 2017 our program starts here now. Parliament's fortunate normal approved budget you know. They approved 130 million Ghana cedis for the PFG. Let's just say PFG no, you spend 130 million for top fertilizers and farmers. And the plan was to say, you spend this now. The target for us to supply fertilizers no, we targeted to supply about 233,356 metric tons. Now, for 2017 no, we check Ministry of Finance on records now. Actual expenditure and spending on subsidy program no, you have 130. We actually spent 213 million Ghana cedis. So that's over 64% overspending. But check this. We could check the amount of metric tons we are supposed to provide that. Mind you, we targeted to supply 233. We actually supplied only 121,000. A deficit of about what? 112,000 metric tons, about 148%. And you know, it gives you reason to think, say, what is happening to a huge investment now? Meanwhile, we are underspending. And these figures, it runs through 2017 up to 2020. Almost every year, we spend more than year budget, but we undersupply the fertilizer.
Hey.
And you know, ama ayenya kakramaye. And you know, ama yepese, it's important to say we take a very good comprehensive audit of the program.
Then I'm sure to arrive at this, what was your more base source of information?
Document when the Ministry of Finance. We say every year, no, before the budget is approved, we call Parliament approving. After the financial year, no, Ministry of Finance, so they release what they call their annual budget performance report for every year. In 2017, 2018, 2019, you have it. And all the figures are from the Ministry of Finance. And all my figures, this is what they released for the program. All my figures, say, at the end of the program, this is what was spent. And the figures, when you say, you're not quite nice calculation, it's straight from the Ministry of Finance. And it raises a lot of questions about the credibility of how we spent money for the PFG. It's another one area, if you say you say you be enhance PFG, near be modify now, we have to do a financial audit of the PFG to see, say, how did we spend the money? Because issues, now apart from even this, even on the ground, no, issues not about from PFG, no, I'm not there. Say, sometimes, no, people don't supply, but they are paid. Supplies be or they win contracts, no matter what contract. It's maybe wrong, if I PFG, no. Until I say, since Minister, we also already knew an EBD, is the right time for him to do an audit. Audit the PFG, budget near spending.
Okay, but more data now more no. In 2017, you overspent by, we overspent. We spent 213 million, right? And we spent 213 million, isn't it?
For 2017, when it comes to allocation,
it was 130 million.
130. And the actual expenditure was 213 million.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then we provided 121,000.
Exactly. From a target of 233,000. Yes.
What of 2018?
2018. 2018, allocation. The ministry parliament, the allocation to PFD was 104 million Ghana cedis. 104 million Ghana cedis. That's the allocation. The actual expenditure was 332 million Ghana cedis. That's 2018. And our over expenditure was over 200 million Ghana cedis. That's 228 million Ghana cedis, about 219%.
Over 200 million spent.
Yes, that's for 2018.
Okay.
Target. Let's go to target. 2018, we targeted to supply 270,000 metric tons of fertilizer. 270,000 metric tons. Actual supply, 183,000. So there was a deficit of 87,000 metric tons in supply. And if we couldn't do this, why do you overspend by that much?
But OSHA data now, does it not occur? Say, yeah, budget and I approve 130 million to supply 230. Now in 2018, you approve 104 for 270. And they taken into effect, say, Sikano more approve and okay, we had already overspent it.
Exactly.
Or would have added into the fact, say, okay, Sikano has spent and would come and will be adding on to this one. Because this one, less money allocated, but higher tonnage to be supplied, 270 for 104 million.
Question,
2017.
Yes.
You allocated 130 million,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
For a target of 233.
Yes.
Yeah. In 2018, you allocated 104 million.
Yes.
For a target of 270.
Yes.
Target is more than even 2017, you know.
Yes.
But Sikano was lesser than the 2017. American say, our care say they took into effect the over expenditure will eat into the 2018.
Say PFG no, running no per financial year.
Okay.
We a company now supply PFG. You supply your forms and everything to the ministry. BBA ministry checks and they pay you. Pay you closing financial season. Right? And the report from Mufano, report Minister of Finance, a report for the financial year. So that financial year, expenses the Minister of Finance, no reporting.
A closer. The amount carry forward.
Now, so that's the interesting thing.
Okay.
Because sometimes, like you say, even though that year, the ministry have allocated X amount of money, you still have suppliers for that particular year.
Okay.
What I say?
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't make clear reading. Sometimes I won't say how this whole arrangement is. What I say? Because me can say about last year, you could share ex-minister, and during the discussion, it came out say a year allocation for that particular year, about 600 million or so. It also carried arrears from last year, and it was like but last year we share Ministry of Finance almost report now. They've paid the money already. Until a then gap in the OBU. And they will give you a lot of stories.
Corruption because so high.
You see, figures now. This is what the figures are telling us. There are a lot of hidden issues be over the person your own entity. So that's one audit will help. Will be some markers. We share PFG now from 2017. Farmers, the numbers have been increasing, so that could account for it. But no, adequate excuse, because you can have 10 farmers benefiting from the fertilizer. Be 10 farmers that year will be tobacco. Right? You are buying, let's say, 10 for 10 farmers. And the following year you could have 5 farmers by getting more because each of them could buy, let's say, 5. And to use these farmers in Kwana and then enough.
Okay.
The metric tons now you're using because payment now a year delay for ministry. That's what the problem is. And there are a lot of times the Ministry of Finance, they want to do audits before they even pay the companies. Because issues will be
okay.
Of course, some district do over. Which district director Nakasa, he will let you know, say, This year, no, the number of fertilizers they are banned district, you know, X. But when it's coming to sign now, to approve winner, he signed a X times 2.
Oh.
And on one, he said, "Be in cost, but his hands are tied." And it's widespread. It's no, IMF about financial management and discipline in here. And for PFD, no, say you're going to a new era of PFD. Yes, you're creating interest of old ones. So that's why one of
the government of expenditure now the reason why a public debt now one of them could be because of
it could be because
said director say my supply X but may sign it for payment I mean who say X times 2
and that's why I supply X so once normally no PFD arrangements before you go to the fertilizer take it to any district it has to go to the district director and the director no so who say be X number of metric tons X abame it is or sign it from A from B now it should tally with what came. But sometimes, when you say X number, but you do funds in a bar, X times 2. I say, where from this X times 2? Hey, sign it. No, I sign it.
Oh.
What you say? And it is pervasive. And then one place, it happens. And there are a lot of stories from the Sankasaka. Say, people that they know, hither to PFJ, they are normal people. PFJ buy, they are normal. They are driving good cars. Meanwhile, the PFJ, they say benefited farmer. And yet, the businessman or whoever. But that's how it seems to be. That's an area that in here, if you say, a benchman can be born. And tying into that, and that goes to the second part of the work that we did. That has to do with the implementation of the program. We share last year's year, and you bear witness to it. A new boy here, papa on my name. Now, before that, we predicted, said the we are now, ye delay on one, how to start a PFG. 2, a subsidy component, a bit cause a problem. Yakayasa, abandon and shut down because the business casem are day. Until last year, no PFD a price number my PFD no, not a bond was so because subsidy component, it was just 15% pay. That just a buy no offer 15%. That's from an far a be a 75%. Now, who compare the price jump from 2021 to 2022? It was about 200%. Last year, now farmers going to be tough fertilizer. If they will pay, we a friend is saying 50 kg, they pay about 160 cedis or so. Last year 2022, it jumped to 320, over 100%, and the subsidy component was just about 15%. And you got to a point who call we shop stock of fertilizer, subsidy one, and then open market one, price do virtually the same. So if there is subsidy, say bonne wufu. But eventually, there are subsidy any subsidy one, price the same. That was the point. But there was subsidy anyway. It's because of that, farmers do bona. In fact, per our research, over 90% alluded said because of a year bonus, they couldn't apply the fertilizer as much as they should. Because we 1 acre, they don't here 10 bags. A bonus to minto. So you better 8 bags, you better 7 bags, you better 6 bags. That affects the level of yields and productivity. Farmers will be so hard. It must say because of that, one say there are some crops who have one apply fertilizer, any a brew, emo, any other cereals, one apply fertilizer, any. Until obi one penalty then obey switch. And to call BA, who call north anyway now. Farmers will be any western region. Almost switch from a brownie way, obi cashew, obi soya, north especially soya, because no they have fertilizer. Now they're telling me say those crops almost food crops that eat they are for export.
Yeah.
And if the farmers are switching from food crops to tree crops, it's a problem. Because eventually you beko Burkina, Akokra, Ebru, Abagana, Ebon bedding, and some wine. Those are areas that if you're in here a say you can
and to more farmers and I'm better to ensure that these issues are addressed.
Inti won't say the issue now we have now is say PFG the current shape of it, and boy farmers. Now, in the new company, we more or less like welcome the idea of the new enhanced PFG, because we should have a system. The farmer is targeted. There's a boy farmers and what you say. Into the farmer should be at the center of it. For instance, one of the finest natures say, PFG na yes year na place near 5 no. All our concentration was on fertilizer. Because the Jawana Sikanishe. Other aspect of value chain no, say irrigation, mechanization, marketing, you really pay attention to those areas. It is a new one nearby. We should pay attention to those areas too because they're important.
Okay.
What interesting.
What of the more are you calling for any audit?
Yes, actually, we've been writing to the Ministry of Finance over since late last year, this year. But now you need feedback. Thankfully, last week we got a feedback from them, so they are ready to meet us and sit down and discuss it. Based on the outcome of it, issues now about we will feel say an audit will help. Yeah, audit PFG whether we had value for the PFG. If we are new PFG na ban and likely for us Minister seems very open to suggestions.
Okay.
And we are also willing to engage him. Say be a new approach from the banner, targeted aggregators. Let's find a way to ensure a better transparency. Because you fear, and they say new one the approach is say instead of targeting, say be they are supplying input to farmers, a subsidy or may targeting the almost friend will be an outgrower and an aggregator. Say one big farmer, our farmers under him. Then they have an agreement with him. So on supply input to farmers, then they pay back to him, and he pay back to government. That agreement is fine. I only tell them they say near transparent. You get people taking over and hijacking the program. The farmers and benefiting you. So that's something we're looking out for. Ms.
Marco Sonote, grateful for this. Very revealing content because you're spending over 148% on average. From they are under supplying so on. Then something is wrong somewhere.
A lot of things are wrong.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Oguswa share Nnawotwi Jumede wa Adom TV. Utie wa radio so a higher sempa 94.7 FM. Ye kone aba IMF ne omaje Ghana atum mama $3 billion no. Then ediba then so na be yefi oman we mu. Again IMF say or see to me stabilizing nyoma because nyoma enkoye. Kwan be so na yefa betumi aye ne on sem bebre e kafa $3 billion abe ho. Ntoni entna ye ba yisia.